bitch is acting tough. What the fuck is up? I got you acting up. You wasn't bad enough. Him tell me suck the cock. He like the way I fuck. I'm a pretty girl. I'm a hustler. This bitch is acting tough. What the fuck is up? I got you acting.
Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss Our Fabulous Pretty on any side. Woyoi, and I'm back with another video. So guys, this video I'm gonna go straight into it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna hold back. This video is going to be quite of an emotional video for me because I feel like I'm just going to let my guard down, and I'm just at a point where I'm ready for this to just be done and put everything behind me, because I've moved into a whole new house, and if you don't notice, my background setup is a bit different because I no longer live in an apartment anymore. I decided to get a house, and honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done. Honestly, I'm so happy right now. My relationship with my family, with just life, with God, like I'm just happy. I feel like there's one thing that's holding me back right now, and I need that to be closed. I need that chapter to just be closed and buried and never ever be dug back up again. A few of my supporters have written down a lot of things that they feel as if they need answers to. Firstly, I didn't want to speak about this because it's mentally, physically draining for me, and to you guys looking in and looking at what's going on social media, it is different from what I'm looking at as, because if you don't know, recently I was admitted to hospital, and I have not physically told anybody while I was in hospital because that's something deep to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm still healing from coming out of hospital. I'm still dealing with that mental effect that it had and the toll it had on me. I'm still in the healing process right now, and to be in hospital and to be dealing with things from the other side or from social media, it is so draining. I haven't really been on YouTube, and I haven't really been watching a lot of content creators, because as soon as I go on YouTube, the first thing I see is my name surrounded by so many things. And really and truly, I really just be in my house. I really just be around the people that I love. I really just be doing my own thing, and I see things every single day about myself, and to be honest, there comes a time where you're just tired of that. You're tired of that stigma. You're tired of that, because I'm 26 this year, and I'm really trying to sort out my health so that I can have a baby. I'm really trying to sort out my health and my complications so that I can settle down and really have a child. Do you know what I mean? Even though I am settled down, but I meant like really have a child and have a family for my own. Like, I don't have time for social media and the drama, but I just felt like today is the day that I just need to nip certain things in the bud, explain my side. I'm not obligated to speak about certain things if I don't want to. I don't need to explain myself if I don't want to, but I just feel as if like when it's damaging my character, I'm going to speak up. One thing about me, I do take accountabilities for my actions. I always take accountabilities for my actions, because what you see with me is what you get. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm not here to pretend to be perfect for social media or for the viewers watching me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. It's not by force. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there's people that I've been around, and people that know me to know me better than anything else, and sometimes it's easy for people to believe what's coming out of somebody's mouth because they've known me for a long time. Yes, this friendship, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys, was one of the toughest friendships that I had to let go of, because like I said, I genuinely cared about Gade. I genuinely had love for that boy. I really loved him, because I would go beyond for him. I would do so much stuff for that boy that I wouldn't even do for my siblings, that I wouldn't even do for my cousins and my family member that is a content creator. I would put him above everybody else in my whole life. To sit on YouTube and to just paint me to be the bad guy, to sit on YouTube and to say certain things that you know is not true, but you're doing this because it's going to make you feel better. Okay, yes, I was friends with Gade for a year, okay, a year and some bit, and we was basically Batty and Bench. I was basically his rib. Like, we was like this to each other. So of course if somebody that was that close to me is talking about me and telling people certain things, of course you guys as the viewers are going to believe him and are going to actually listen to what he's got to say, because he was always around me. But it be the closest one to you that low-key envy you and that low-key hate the things that you have because they don't have it. And let me be very clear, every single thing that I've done for this boy, I've done it with love. It was never hate within my heart, because like I said, I genuinely loved him like my brother. But one thing that I don't respect, and I will never respect it, is I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not a saint. I know I do shit. I'm human. I'm living my reality. Do you understand? But because you know the history surrounding my name, and because you know how social media betrays me sometimes, you've now jumped on that kind of bandwagon to try and paint me to be this miserable, toxic, devilish person that I'm hating on you, and I don't want you to prosper in life, and I don't want you to be happy in life. But I was the same person in this friendship that will motivate him every single day. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was the one that said to him, start a hair business, do this. I sat down and I taught him everything to do with hair. I taught him how to take good marketing pictures. I taught him how to do certain things. If I was such a bad friend, and do you know what it is? It hurts me because till this day I haven't watched the video, but my family members have watched the video. People that are close to me has watched the video. It has upset a lot of people, because you can't state every single thing that apparently I've done to you that is so bad, but where's all the good things that I've done for you? I can sit here and say that he didn't help me, but that would be a lie, because I believe in a friendship, it's a two-way thing. One thing that has hurt me is the fact that he can sit there and paint a narrative and make it seem as if it's something else when he knows what it was. I've always said I'm very misunderstood, and sometimes I might say things, sometimes I might do things, and it might come across as if I'm being disrespectful, or it might come across as if I'm just a rude person. I'm saying I'm very direct to the point. I just don't tolerate bullshit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it just reminds me that yesterday I saw a post that Kenza must have tweeted. People who don't tolerate bullshit are always labelled problematic, bitter or crazy. Social media can call me bitter. Social media can call me a problematic person. Social media can call me she can't keep a friend. I'd rather not keep a friend. I'd rather be crazy to the world. I'd rather be a problematic person, but I'm not going to tolerate somebody's BS. Do you understand what I'm saying? And in this friendship, there was a lot of things in this friendship. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say the whole friendship was completely toxic. No, it wasn't. On my end of things, I don't believe the friendship was toxic, because like I said, it wasn't a bad friendship. It just started to get toxic for me, and I started to see things. I'm the type of person, I'm going to speak about something if I'm not happy about it, and I wasn't happy about a lot of things. Okay, but I'm not going to sit and paint somebody out to be a very malicious person or a bad friend. It was just certain things that I just didn't want to tolerate anymore, and it was certain things coming to light, and I thought to myself, wow, like, as my friend, how can you say certain things like that? I'm going to start off by taking accountability for my actions, and I've taken bullet points that people have sent me that I should speak on and I should address, because I feel like my character right now on social media is being dragged left, right and centre, and people are running with certain things. I've not spoke about it because I just wanted to enjoy my new home. I wanted to enjoy being happy. I just wanted to enjoy being around people that I love and sorting out my complications and my health, because at the end of the day, I'm dealing with real shit off camera and off social media in my real personal life. Do you understand? I'm not a horrible person. I'm not mean. I'm not selfish. I have a fucking great heart. Do you know what I mean? I love very hard. I love seeing people happy. Number one, you didn't want me to take pics at your meet and greet, and you cussed me. At my meet and greet, right? It was my meet and greet. At my meet and greet, Godet was not trying to be around me and the people. He was at a point where he was at the other side of it. So I have people that was there, obviously a lot of my supporters and stuff, and he kept distancing himself away from the group, and he kept distancing himself away from people, and I didn't like that. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to come to a meet and greet, you're meant to be with everybody, you're meant to be around everybody, but he distanced himself to be by himself. So that led my supporters going over to him and checking to see if he was okay. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't like that at all. So I said to him, why would you come to my meet and greet and then go off by yourself and look so sad? And then everybody has now gone over to you, and I'm standing here to support me. Come to support me and do it with love, and come and be around everybody and laugh and have a good time. Because at my meet and greet, every meet and greet I have is always lit. I love my supporters and I show it. Do you understand? I'm never jealous of Gade because there's nothing that he has that I want. So how can I be jealous of somebody that I helped and I supported so much in this friendship? Never chilled with any of your other friends when they would come to your house. I understand what he meant by he never chilled with any of my friends that would come to my house. At my house, I wouldn't even invite people like that. And I don't know what kind of friends he's talking about, because you will see me with Sharika, you will see me with Taja, Mene, Renika. Do you understand what I'm saying? So any other friends that you're speaking about, I don't recall and I don't understand what you're talking about. So you made them leave the cinema because something happened at your home. Okay, I made them leave the cinema because something happened at my house. I don't even know what he's talking about there. I don't know what happened at my house, why we left the cinema. And at the cinema situation, I don't even recall that whole cinema situation, because at the time I was living in Croydon. So I didn't make you, and this is the thing that I don't like. People keep saying, he keeps painting me to be this person as if I put a gun to your head and said you need to do this, as if I put a gun to your head and said you need to do that. No, if I say come let's go and you decide to come and let's go with me, then you're doing it off your own back. I'm not forcing you. And in this friendship, I never forced him to do anything he doesn't want to do. He's a grown-ass man. Like, I wouldn't force him to do something that he doesn't want to do, because when God is ready, he will run his mouth. When God is ready, he will show attitude and be aggressive. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all this on social media acting innocent and acting like you're some goody guy and you're a goody two-shoe is whack to me. Like, be real with yourself, because at the end of the day, everybody watching outside that don't fucking do this whole social media thing knows the real you. They know what you really be doing out here. So we're not going to be on social media acting all innocent and acting as if like I'm so toxic and you have nothing, like you've never done anything at all to why things are like this. After you said on Instagram Live that he likes kids, he stopped talking to you. No, correction. So I stopped speaking to Gade way before this whole Instagram Live took place. And me and him, we wasn't friends anymore, okay? And this is my point. There was a day where I was wearing a blue two-piece, okay, and I had curly hair, right? This was way before the Instagram Live. Me and Gade stopped being friends. So this whole Instagram Live situation he's talking about, that he stopped speaking to me, is completely bullshit to me, because I stopped being his friend way before, okay? And the reason why I stopped being his friend, because I started to realize that Gade would only message me and call my phone when he wanted help, or when he needed me, or when he needed me to do something. When he wanted content for his YouTube channel, he will call me, he will message me and say, oh, can we do this today? Can we do that today? When he wanted me to do pranks with him, because he realized that on his YouTube channel, pranks was getting a lot of views. I used to always say to him, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do pranks anymore, because I'm tired of doing it for the sake of you. Do you know what I mean? And it comes to a point where you just get exhausted. So yes, I was helping him a lot regards to his YouTube channel in the beginning, and toward when he started this whole mix-up Gade segment, I was the one that brought it to him and was like, you know what, if Murad Marali can do it, you can do it as well. And I said to him, you're very good at speaking, you know how to articulate yourself, you know how to look professional on social media anyway, so you should do mix-up Gade. And I was the one that brought it to him and said, you should do the same thing that Murad Marali does. And that's how the whole mix-up Gade even started. So all this, you stopped speaking to me because of I mentioned something to do with little kids, is completely a lie. I stopped speaking to you way before. I drifted off and I distanced myself from you. Then you started to realize that I wasn't fucking with you anymore, and you started to put yourself forward towards me. So let's not do that. And let me address this whole he likes little kids. I can apologize when I'm wrong, okay? So in this video, I will apologize for saying that he likes little kids, because that's the wrong term to use. That's not how I should have phrased it, okay? And what I meant by he likes little kids, the correct word that I should have used, he likes fucking with people way younger than him. I've experienced, and many people off camera has also experienced, that he will talk to people that are younger than him. He will talk to people that he shouldn't even be talking to because they're young. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that they're kids, okay, but they're young adults that you shouldn't even be giving time of the day to. It's just, I knew you was going to do this to me one day. I knew you was going to turn on me and then make me to look like the bad guy on social media that everybody does anyway. So I'm used to it. So when he done what he done, yeah, it hurt. Because at the end of the day, I'm not expecting somebody that was my closest friend, do you know what I mean? Somebody that I loved beyond measures. He said when he done the fake fight scandal, you tried to get involved because you saw your views going up on live and was gaining from it. No, that's completely wrong. Now, when he done what he's done, generally I cared. Do you understand? Generally, I didn't know that it was a fake fight. I actually thought that he was having a physical, real fight out there, to the point where I said, let's go and stop it. Do you know what I mean? I never wanted to gain anything from E at all. There's nothing that I want from these people that I don't have in my whole life. I'm in a place where I'm content. I'm so humble. I'm so happy. And I'm so blessed. So I don't envy anybody. I don't wish bad on people. I don't want nobody's life out here. Because you see, one thing about me, my mom always taught me to stay in my own lane. And when I saw E having a fight in Enfield or wherever it was, I genuinely was worried. I was genuinely scared, okay? The only reason why I got upset was because I found out that the fight was so fake. Okay, but bloody fuck in the world about, oh, I'm gaining followers. I don't care. I will gain, I will lose. But as long as I know I'm being true to myself, I don't care if I lose Instagram followers, because I've been losing followers because of the allegations and the lies that people are telling on me. So I've been losing followers. So I don't care about that shit. All I care about is having a peaceful life, being in the right mental state, and being able to provide for my family. Do you understand? If it means losing followers and losing subscribers because people are out here lying on my name for views, and people can only speak about me in order to get views, then do you know what? Have it. Have it. I'd rather lose followers that way then. But I'd rather be real to myself, and I'd rather people fuck with me for me being real, because that's all I want people to see me as. I don't want people to see me as, oh, I'm fake, oh, I'm this and I'm that. No, because every time somebody has something to say about me on social media, people just believe it anyway, but due to my past experience with people. You were the one that told him to call the police on E. And this is the thing. If you're going to sit in it on YouTube and talk about me, take accountability for the things that you've done. Take accountability for what you've done. And it's like you've done a whole YouTube video. You've completely just sat there blaming everything on me. Blaming everything that Renee did this and Renee did that. Now, you were the one that told him to call the police on E. You sat in my room, okay? You sat on the floor. When E was attacking you on social media and dragging you left, right and center, okay? You came to me and you was crying. You sat on the floor holding your head, crying. And I turned around and said to him, if you're not going to physically do anything, and if you're not going to speak to him directly, I used to tell Gade, call him and speak to him. No, I'm not talking to him. I'm not doing that. And I said, okay, the last resort you're going to have is file a report against him. They're moaning at me and I can't physically help you with this person. So the only thing I can actually say to you as a friend is call the police and talk to the police about it and let them know you're not happy because you're talking about suicidal. He went to say that I pushed him away from people that he was friends with. When I was friends with Gade, he had a certain amount of friends before I met him. And while me and him was friends, this was the beginning of our friendship. He used to tell me about like 3 girls, I believe, that he was friends with. And for some reason, I was seeing Gade's friendship fall apart with all the friends that he was friends with before he even got friends with me. Before he was friends with me, we went to Westfield, and I remember I was wearing a tax-free tracksuit, okay? And while I was wearing the tax-free tracksuit in Westfield, Gade broke down and he was wearing all black and he was wearing his black flare trousers, and he broke down in Westfield crying because he was having an argument with one of the girls on the phone, and I was confused. One thing about me, I never get involved with Gade's business when he's talking to people that I don't know. I used to always walk away when he's on the phone to any females because everybody knows me. I don't like females. I always try and take myself away from them due to my past experience with girls, okay? So To sit on YouTube once again and say I pushed you away from people is a complete lie. Anything Gade wanted to do, he done it off his back. Anything that he wanted to do with his choices and his decisions, he done it off him back. There was never, me saying stop being friends with that person. I'm not a jealousy friend. I'm not a jealous friend at all. I've never been that type of friend, and I will never be that friend to this day, because I believe when you have a friendship with a certain somebody, okay, your friendship with that person, you know what it is. So I was never that friend to look at him and say, oh, you shouldn't be friends with that person because I don't like that person. I'm not that type of person. I will never be that type of person. So you sitting there screaming, oh, I said I was the one that drove you away from people, is a complete lie. You drove yourself away from people. You like the fact that I was getting you followers. You like the fact that your videos with me was doing good. You like the fact that your pranks videos was the highest views with me, okay? So you distance yourself from your own friends. I never told you to stop being friends with people. I never put a gun to your head once again and said, oh, you should stop being friends with that person because so and so. It's cap. It's absolutely fucking bullshit. But here you are on YouTube trying to make people hate me, trying to paint me out to be such a horrible person, when it's easy for you to say the things that I've done and twist it around and paint a narrative for people to view me as, because it's not hard for people to hate me. It's not hard for people to believe certain things because they've done seen horrible stuff about me on social media. So why not just add a bit more food to the fire? And I'm going to say this, there's no smoke without fire. So people need to understand, if I've ever reacted in a very rude way towards him, or if I've ever spoke to him rudely, it's based on what he's done. When I found out that Gade was talking about me to all these boys, okay, and talking my business to all these boys, me and Gade was in a good place in our friendship. When he was laying in bed talking about me to man, talking about me to his boyfriends, we was in a good place. So to find out my best friend that I was with 24/7, that would stay in my house whenever he wants, yeah, was bad mouthing me to, and all these people that he was be with, I was shocked, because if anybody a year ago would say to me, God is bad mouthing you, I would never believe it. That's bullshit. That's my best friend. He would never do that to me. But I started to find out things, and things started to come out of the woodworks, that he's doing this and he's talking about me and he's saying this and he's speaking my business. Why is it that your boyfriend knows my business? Why is it that you're telling people my personal life business? You're my best friend. I don't tell people your business. I don't sit down and say to people what you do, because at the end of the day, I can sit here right now and I can say, I can list the amount of people you've spoken bad about to me. All the people that you're close friends with, all the guys that I see you taking pictures with, you've spoken bad about them to me. You've called them so much names. You've spoken their personal business to me. Any of these people that are his friends can message me and ask me, what did Gade say about me? And I can tell you your business for free, because that's what he done. Okay? But I'm not going to sit on YouTube and tell that to you guys. No, because that's what he shared to me in our friendship. So you sitting on YouTube trying to make me look like a horrible, toxic devil person. If I was so toxic, why was you always at my house? If I was such a horrible person, why was you always around me? You stayed at my house for 1 month. You said that I kicked you out of my house because I wanted man to come over. I haven't seen my boyfriend in 2.5 weeks at the time. And this is not my current boyfriend. This was my ex-partner that had 2 kids on me. Apparently, I kicked him out. Every time my boyfriend was coming over at the time, I will always tell Gade, because him and that guy never saw eye to eye. So as a friend, I was always going to let him know, not bombarding by him walking through the door. No, because I'm not that type of girl. If Gade couldn't go home, I would get him a cab to go home. Okay? And I used to always get Gade cabs to go home. And he lived at the time all the way in Northwest London. So from Croydon to Northwest London was costing me £80, and I will pay that cab for him to get home. And do you know what I mean? If he had a problem with certain things, he could have spoken up. But in that friendship, you never spoken up. If you didn't like the way I treated you, because apparently I treated you so bad, you would have spoken up. If you didn't like the way I was doing certain things in that friendship group, in that friendship, why did you not speak up and tell me how you felt then? But now here you are on YouTube trying to tell people how I did all these things to you. You know I didn't kick you out my house like that. You know I never said get the fuck out my house like that. I simply came to you in the living room and said, oh, by the way, he's coming over tonight. You turned around and said to me, okay, I'm going to get my stuff and go. That's off your own back. I never told you to go there and then. You decided to go. You left the house. So that's not me kicking you out the house. You left the house. Now, yes, there was a time in my first apartment, not my second apartment, the 2-bed, the first apartment, the 1-bed, right, in Croydon, right? I kicked Gade out of my house, and that's when I actually kicked him out of my house, because this is the thing. Him and Maggie went to Sainsbury's, and before I just touch this bit now, Maggie and I are cool. We're civil. We're not friends anymore, but we are cordial. And I decided to part ways with people, okay? And I decided to part ways with people because I'm not into this whole flip-flop shit. I'm not into this he said, she said rubbish. This is my thing that I'm trying to make. And I want people to understand, right? Is that when I was friends with Gade, he would go to my cousins and he would say certain things to my cousins, okay, about Maggie, alright? And then they will come to me and they will tell me what he has said. And I would go to Maggie and I'll say to Maggie, this is what's being said. And the reason why me and Maggie, friendship kind of distance apart, even though she was a lovely friend to me, not going to say anything bad about her, because there's nothing for me to say like that. There's nothing for me to say bad about Maggie at all, because we never left on a bad note. I just didn't want to be her friend anymore. And I know she probably felt the same thing. And that's fine. People outgrow people. People distance themselves from each other. But there's just certain things that I didn't like that Maggie did. When I told her I didn't want to be friends with him, she kept forcing that narrative onto me. She kept forcing a friendship that was already dead. And I just kept saying to her, stop. She explained to me why she kept doing it. And I understand. You could see how me and him are not friends anymore, and it was hurting her not seeing me and him be friends anymore. And it's probably hurt a lot of the viewers, a lot of the supporters doing. Or I didn't like the fact that she will be speaking about me on the phone to him, and when she talks about me on the phone to him, he will then go to 2 other people, and then they will now call my phone and say, oh, you know, you need to be careful with Maggie. You need to be careful with Maggie. And I'm saying, why are you telling me to be careful with my friend? She's my friend. Like, Maggie's not that sort of person. They will turn around and say to me, well, Gade called our phone and Gade said this and Gade said that about Maggie, and it's making such and such, such and such. I'm thinking, what? So I would now go to Maggie and I will now tell Maggie, like, stop going to Gade and telling Gade my business. Stop going to Gade talking about me. I don't like it. She kept doing it and I just distanced myself from her. In the beginning, when I lived in my first apartment, Maggie came to me and she sat me down and she told me what a conversation that her and Gade had on the way to Sainsbury's. I turned around and I spoke to her about it, and then whatever she said to me came across as if Gade was using me. Okay? And I don't blame her for coming to me and telling me this, because she was my friend and she was looking out for me and she wanted the best for me. Whatever conversation they had, this was a long time ago, and this is when I lived in my first apartment, and this is when I first kicked him out of my house, because when I kicked him out, this was the only time I've ever kicked Gade out of my house, because somebody came to me, which was Maggie, and Maggie told me something, okay? And I'm not fake and I'm not phony. If somebody tells me something, I'm going to confront you straight away. So I confronted him about it as soon as they came upstairs, and I said, why are you doing this and why are you saying this about me? So what, you're using me, yeah? Then he got upset and he looked and he was breaking down and he was like, oh, don't believe her, she's just trying to break up our friendship, she doesn't want us to be friends. Cool. Like, after when I kicked him out and he was outside banging down my door, me and Maggie sat down and we was having a conversation and we were speaking, okay? After that whole conversation left, and he's come back the next day to sort things out with me, we sat down, we had a conversation, and he just didn't like Maggie from that day. From that day, him and Maggie never spoke. They didn't like each other. He tried to give me an ultimatum saying that I have to choose him or Maggie because he doesn't want to be around her when she's at my house. And I turned around and I said to him, I am not going to pick you over Maggie, because Maggie was my friend way before you came into my life. Okay? And I said, if you don't want to be around me and you don't want to work you want to work around me, you're gonna have to make it work. Hence why at the time both of them was in my house, but they was tolerating each other, because I was not going to pick anybody over anybody. To mention, the reason why I done my last video was because I was closer to the date of the YouTube payday. Let me make something clear to you, okay? You guys have witnessed yourself that I will go off YouTube for a whole month. I will go off YouTube for 2 months. So for someone like him to say to me that I need YouTube's paycheck, listen, I love YouTube. YouTube is my passion, okay? I've started YouTube 2 years ago and I never ever gave up on YouTube. And me coming on YouTube, I don't think about the money, because I have other things that I'm getting paid from. I don't think about YouTube money. I don't depend only on YouTube money for me to eat in life, okay? So saying that I came back on YouTube because I needed to get paid is bullshit to me, because I go off YouTube for a whole month or 2 months. People don't see me on YouTube, but guess what? I don't look at YouTube paycheck for me to pay my bills. I don't like when somebody tries me. Don't try me, because you know you depend on YouTube paycheck for you to eat. We'll always say your YouTube paycheck wasn't good, your YouTube paycheck wasn't the best this month. Oh Renee, I need you to do YouTube videos with me, bang out content so that I can get good paycheck. Let's not do that. Let's not lie. I hate when people do this shit. To say that, oh, you felt like you had to prove yourself in this friendship. Never in this friendship did I force you to do anything. Never in this friendship did I put a gun to your head and said, oh, you have to do this. Never. You never had to prove yourself at all. If you felt like you needed to prove yourself was off your own back, sit there and paint me to be a very horrible person, or as if I forced you to do things you never wanted to do. You're a 26-year-old boy, okay? You have a lot of chat, right? You're very aggressive off camera. You're very disrespectful off camera. You will call me out my name and call me bitch and call me all these things when you're drunk, and I never had I never said anything. I never made it an issue, okay? There was a lot of things you did in this friendship that was so toxic, and I never said anything. But I'm not on YouTube trying to paint you out to be a horrible person. Everybody has bad traits. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you wasn't happy about the way you was being treated, if you wasn't happy in our friendship, you should have voiced your opinion. Same way you would sit down and dog out all your friends, you was voicing your opinion about them to me. Why couldn't you voice your opinion about how you felt about me to me? Why was you going around talking about me to your friends and expecting it not to come back to me? My family came. My family brought you in because you would sit down with us and tell us how much you didn't like your own family. You would sit down and tell us how much your family didn't respect you because of your sexuality. Your family didn't like you at all. My family brought you in. My mum looked at you as her son. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my little sisters looked at you as a brother. You started to only use them to whenever you want to do content. You will call their phone, you will ask them to do this, you ask them to do that. Let's not do that. The whole Valentina situation, you was the one behind it all. You was the one that didn't like these girls. You had a problem with them. I never knew who these two girls was. You did. And you kept coming over to my house random days, and you kept coming in, and when Valentina was on Instagram Live and she was doing her thing over there, you will come over in my room and you will show me what was going on. Valentina and I was not friends. I didn't know who Valentina was, and you brought it to my attention. When Valentina reached out to you for promo and she paid you for Instagram promo, you put up my insight up and you photoshopped my insight to make it seem as if it was your engagement, and it wasn't. And then she reached out to you for promo and she paid you for Snapchat promo. She never gained anything from it. Not even 1 followers, no engagement, nothing. And she messaged you and she told you she wasn't happy about her not gaining anything because it was for her business. And you got rude and disrespectful, and then you ignored her. You didn't like the fact that Valentina was close friends with your boyfriend at the time, okay? So if we're gonna speak, we're gonna speak, because I'm tired of people trying to paint me out to be a bad person. I'm tired of you going on YouTube and doing things and talking about me, because it needs to stop. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop today, because enough is enough. You blocked Valentina on my Instagram. Are you forgetting that you was in my room and you blocked Valentina off my Instagram to make this girl feel like I've got a problem with her, and I don't even know who she was at the time, okay? You blocked Valentina because she reached out to me. Valentina messaged me on Instagram and she asked me after she was talking to you, and she asked me to do promo for her. While she asked me, I turned around and I showed you it because she knew you was my best friend at the time. You told me to ignore the girl. You didn't like her because she was attacking you and she was being rude to you. What he's doing. And God knows that he's trying to paint me to look like a very villain in this and a messy person in this. You blocked these girls. You blocked Blanco from my Instagram. You blocked Valentina from my Instagram because you never liked these girls in the first place. From the moment you brought it to my attention that you didn't like these two females, you blocked them on my platform. So these girls thought I had a problem with them. I never had a problem with Blanco. I used to sit down in my house and watch Blanco's story times, and I was so happy because I was like, oh my gosh, like I used to do story times and my story times was good. Now there's someone else doing story times. I was happy. I was sitting down watching it and I was laughing. You came into my house and you switched off the TV. You came into my house and you switched off the TV and said, oh, I don't like that bitch, don't watch her. Like I said, off camera, you will get the real Gunny Phillip. On camera, you won't get the real him. He will paint a picture for himself. He will only want to look perfect on social media and look like this innocent person. But off camera, he's as bitchy as it fucking gets. I've had a conversation with Blanco and I've had a conversation with Valentina. Like I said, I've spoken to both of them. They've explained to me why they had an issue with me, or why they were speaking of me or coming for me on social media. So right now, between Blanco and Valentina, I don't have any problems with them. They don't have any problems with me. They knew that the reason for it all stemmed from Gade. Gade went on social media, he was talking about them on Instagram Live, he brought my name into it and he started speaking for me. I never ever told Gade anything about these girls because I don't know them. He was the one that was always coming into my house, always showing me videos of Valentina. Basically started something with these two girls. You brought me in it by mentioning my name about these two girls, and I didn't even know about this. I wasn't even aware about this, so that's why they felt like I had an issue with them based on what Gade said on social media. So it's not even, let me sit here and drag this guy, let me sit here and lie on him, because bro, you made two girls come for me on social media, and I felt like, and I kept saying to myself, and it didn't make sense and it didn't add up, because I kept saying, why do these girls keep coming for me? They don't know me. Like, who wakes up and just attacks somebody for no reason? Then speaking to Blanco and speaking to Valentina for a good couple minutes, and they made me understand that it was him. He was the reason why they was coming for me, because he spoke and he opened his mouth and he said Renee this and Renee that, when Renee never said nothing about these girls at all. Situation, yeah, you done a YouTube video with Abigail and you said certain things, okay, and you said that I was the one that forced you to do a video about her. No, I did not. I started Mix Up Gade and I said to him, okay, you should do Mix Up Gade, because if Morali can do it, you can do it as well. And I feel like you will do really, really good, because you know how to speak. A gun to your head, take accountability for what you did to Abigail. I don't have an issue with Abigail. I don't speak to Abigail. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the girl at all. There's nothing bad to say about her. But in my house at the time, I was sitting in the living room doing a wig, and you went into the kitchen area and you sat there and you done the video. You asked me if you can put a song in the video that she hasn't even released. You went in my conversations with Abigail on WhatsApp and you put the video in yourself. I never told you to do anything regarding Abigail's name or her ex-duo. I never told you to speak about these girls. And people on your YouTube platform, I never told you to talk about these people. You always come to me and ask me if you should do it. And I always said to you, if you're going to talk about famous people in the industry, be careful, because it can have a ricochet effect on you. You went on Twitter and you tweeted that I said I was going to expose you, okay? No, I never went on Twitter and I never said I was going to expose you, okay? I never spoke to you and threatened you anyway. So I don't know why you're getting all this threats and you're talking about threatening you, because that never happened, got it? And you know it never happened, okay? I never spoken to you. I haven't spoken to you in so long, and here you are telling people I phoned you and I've spoken to you and I've said I've threatened to expose your nudes. When did nudes come out my mouth? I put a screenshot up saying that I still have possession of his old phone that he gave me to use for my hair content. When I used to take pictures for my hair page, I used to use Gade's old phone. The phone had a lot of stuff, and it had a lot of stuff to do with his personal self, and it also had a lot of stuff to do with other people that he was bad mouthing, his own friends that he was dragging to me. There was a lot of stuff in that video. So I turned around and said, okay, let's not forget that I've got footage of you talking shit about people. I never spoke about your nudes. I was exposed with my nudes on social media when I was 17 or 18. I was exposed. So I would never threaten somebody to expose their nudes, because I know what that effect it will have on you. So please, like, you're really doing the best. You're really doing your best right now, and you're really trying to do your best to ruin my life and to affect me so much. But guess what? I'm covered by the blood of Jesus, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And anything I say, I take accountability for the shit that I say in my life. I'm not perfect. I'm fucking human, okay? But I'm not going to come on YouTube and try and tarnish somebody's name, tarnish someone's brand, and not take accountability for his own action. You never in this friendship was forced to do anything you didn't want to do. And if you didn't speak about it, that was off your own back. If you've done anything that you didn't want to do, that was off your own back. I never told you to do anything. I never put a gun to your head and said you have to do that. I used to sit back and talk to his boyfriend about me and talk my business to him and tell his boyfriend Aaron my whole life and everything. And this is the same guy you turned around and said that you didn't like, you don't like Renee. Renee's so toxic. Renee's all these things, but you was at my house 24/7. You stayed in my house for a whole month. You stayed at my second apartment all the time. You was doing so many stuff in my house. Do you understand what I'm saying? You asked me to help you start a business. You asked me to help you do all these things, and I done it. So if you didn't like me and I was such a toxic person, why was you always around me? Because if somebody's toxic, you wouldn't want to be around them. If you don't like somebody, you wouldn't be around that person. If that person makes you so unhappy, you wouldn't be around that person. So you can't sit here on social media because we're no longer friends and turn around and say, oh, I don't like Renee, and the reason why I don't like Renee is because she's so toxic. The only reason why you're squeezing this Tasmanian devil bullshit is because of the things that's going on surrounding my name right now, and you're just jumping on the bandwagon because you've got some form of vendetta against me. And I said to you and your mum, I'm not going to take back what I said about the little kid thing. I said I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to apologize for it, okay? And on this YouTube video, I have apologized. I've given you a public apology that I interpreted in the wrong way. I did not mean that you like little kids like that, and I'm not speaking about little kids. I meant like younger people that are younger than you, and I should have read it properly. But like I said, I'm not perfect, and I take it back and I apologize. But what we're not going to do is come on YouTube and paint me out to be the bad guy and blame everything on me in that friendship, because you know you've done a lot of stuff. You know that you are very aggressive when you drink. You know you're very nasty off camera as well when you want to be, and you do a lot of inappropriate stuff, and you say a lot of inappropriate stuff. But no, and this is what I said. I said that when it comes to Gade on social media, nobody will ever see him react or be a very nasty person on social media, because he cares about what people think. He doesn't want people to see him in that negative light. He doesn't want people to see him and view him as that picture. But off camera, you will get the real fucking him, and you'll get that guy that's disrespectful, that is drunk, and that's calling you a bitch, and that is dragging off your wig. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Okay, people don't see that because guess what, it's off camera. But no, I don't really tell people that because I'm not trying to make somebody look really bad. But no, I'm defending myself, and I've taken accountability. I might have spoken bad, I might have said things to you out of anger, I might have not treated you the best time to time, but overall I was a great friend. I stopped being Gade's friend months ago. Way before my birthday, I stopped speaking to Gade. I distanced myself from Gade because things was coming to light, and he was talking about me, and I was listening to people that was in a relationship with him tell me my fucking business, okay? And I was absolutely shocked that he would talk badly about me and still be around me, still be in my house, still be eating out my fridge, still be living in my house. So I was so shocked. How can my best friend be doing that to me and talking about me to his boyfriends and whoever he's with? I was very fucking shocked. So even when I started hanging around with people, Philip Eric, my hairdresser that does my hair, love him to bits, such an amazing person. When I started hanging around Philip, he would tell me, oh, I've heard so much things about that boy, I don't even know why you're hanging around with him. When I was going to do my hair, the purple wig that I had one time, I said to Gade, oh come, let's go, like let's go. Gade used to say, no, I'm not coming, I don't like him. Now when I spoke to Philip was like, I don't know why Gade doesn't like me, because they like that, like I don't understand why Gade don't like me. And Philip is such a sweet person, like he's always just to himself in his own little world, okay? And Philip has always said lovely stuff to me about Gade, spoke so much good things about Gade to me, till one day Gade decided to block him. So every person that I was around, Gade will block them. You then went and blocked Philip for no reason at all, and these people don't even have a problem with you. At the time when me and Maggie was friends, and you wasn't, and me and Gade was not friends, and we wasn't speaking, he went and blocked Maggie because Maggie was around me. Anybody that was around me and that was friends with me, Gade would block them, but you didn't block my family members and paid me out to be a Tasmanian devil to social media, because you know that I'm hated anyway. You know it. So let me just let people hate Renee even more. Let me make people think Renee has treated me like a very, very bad friend. Let me make people think Renee has treated me so bad that I have to tell people how much she's a devil. Let me do that. Because why are you talking about me? You do YouTube videos with people that I've had past history with, and I've had altercations with, and I've had history with. You do videos with them because you're doing this for your gain, nobody else's gain. But these are the people you sat down in my apartment and you dragged them with me. We laughed at them, we dragged them, we called them names, we did so much shit together. So don't make it seem as if, oh, it's just me. Oh no, let me just reach out to people and get them on my platform to make me look like I'm a good person. Let's not do that, okay? Same way you try and set me up with Blanco and Valentina. Same way you turn around and you started something, and then when you started it, you disappeared. And then Blanco and Valentina was coming for me because of you. They had a problem with you, and because you opened your mouth and you spoke for me, and I never told you to speak for me. I never told you to speak and say certain things that never came out of my mouth, and you done that off your own back because I found out that he was talking bad about me to people. I found out that he was talking shit about me to people that he was in a relationship with. I found out that he was talking bad about me on the phone to his boyfriend, and there was people in the background that heard the conversation and came forward and told me. And I can't make this shit up, because how do they know my fucking business? And I never told nobody, not even people in my family, what I was dealing with at the time. And he knew, and he was discussing me. You told your boyfriend that everything people say on social media to do with Renee is true. And people heard and came back and told me. And the same person that heard you speak bad about me turned around and said to you, why are you talking shit about your friend, but you're going to be doing a YouTube video with her tomorrow? And that's why you don't like Valentina. You don't like Valentina because she had a friendship with Aaron. And you didn't like the fact that she had a friendship with Aaron. And you didn't like the fact that she knew what you was like and the things that you were saying out your mouth. Because when her and Aaron was always together, you was on the phone to Aaron. And she would hear you speak shit about me. And she would be thinking to herself like, why is this guy talking shit about his best friend? But the next day he'll be around her. That's what you was doing. If you wanted to make peace with people that you felt like you had an issue with based on me, because you was my friend, you could have spoken to them about your own problems with them, or how you felt like you couldn't be their friends, or you couldn't speak to them. But you never had to involve me into it. You didn't have to mention my name. You didn't have to speak about me. You didn't have to make me somehow be a part of that video. But somehow you had to mention me so that you can get views on your channel. It's right. And this is the thing, and this is what I'm trying to show you guys. Me and Goddess stopped being friends a very long time ago, okay? That friendship hurt me in ways that I can't even explain. I stopped being his friend for more than one reason. Not because he was a toxic individual, not because he was a devil, not because he was a Tasmanian devil, not because he's evil, not because of that. I'm not going to sit here and paint him out to be a very horrible person, because like I said, in the beginning of my journey, God was there and he helped me. I helped him. Do you know what I mean? I felt like I'd done way more for him than he was doing for me. And that's how it is sometimes in life. Sometimes people will use you for where they need to get to in life, and you just have to get used to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to tolerate it. And that's what I chose not to do. I chose not to tolerate it. And there was a time where he was only reaching out to me for YouTube videos and for content and all these things. And I got tired. I got tired of it, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I then started to receive a lot of messages from fake accounts about him speaking my business. And I didn't know how certain people knew my business, because I wasn't talking about I wasn't telling my family. Nobody knew. Only he knew. Why am I a topic of conversation when two big men are in bed doing whatever they want to do with each other? Why am I the topic of conversation? Why? I'm meant to be a best friend. Why are you talking about me to your every relationship I've been in since I've been friends with that guy, which has only been 2 relationships? I have never spoken his business to my partners, because I don't believe in that. I don't believe that if you're in a relationship with someone, you should be talking about your friend's business to your man. I don't believe in that, and I don't do that shit. You wasn't there for my birthday. You never showed up to my birthday. Everybody that was around me, that was new faces, Philip, Solo, all these people, you blocked them. You didn't like the fact that I was around them and I was close to them. You didn't like that. You had an issue with Philip in your head, and Philip doesn't even know you like that. Philip has never chilled with you like that. So how can you have an issue with my friend Philip when he was just doing my hair? And this is a guy that has always spoken positive stuff about you, but you decided to block him for no reason at all. You reached out to me after my birthday, and this is why I said to you guys that God will only use me whenever he wanted me to do things for him. Whenever he's coming out with a new line or something to do in his brand, he will reach out for me to do promo for him, because he knew my promo worked. You wasn't there for my whole October, my birthday month. You didn't show up to my birthday party, nothing. Even though we wasn't friends anymore, even though we distanced ourselves from each other, I distanced myself from you. I just stopped being your friend. On the 18th of October, you came around to my house, okay, with Maggie, and you asked me to wear your red bralette, okay, and I believe at the time I was listening to my boyfriend's song and I was doing promo for you, okay. When I did that, I wasn't your friend. We wasn't friends anymore. But you still asked me to promote your top, okay? And this was the 18th of October. You wasn't there for my birthday. You didn't do anything for me. So all of a sudden, you've now come around because what? You're now dropping your bralette and you want promo for it. You need it to be sold. So yes, I wore it because guess what? There's not a bad blood in my heart. I don't hate you. I don't know who else will do that if they're not friends with someone anymore. But you came to my house. You chilled and everybody saw it on my Snapchat and everybody was confused because I wasn't around you months before that. Me and you wasn't friends. So everybody started saying, oh what, are you guys friends again? And I said no. I said no because that's the truth. We're not friends. And even though we wasn't friends, I still promoted your bralette. I still promoted your bralette so that you could do good within yourself. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. But I'm just not you. I'm not a fake crest, and I'm not a fake person to lie on somebody and push a narrative on somebody for the social media world to hate her and go against her and for her to lose a lot of things in her life. That's what you want to happen to me, and that's what you're doing. Trying to paint me out to be a Tasmanian devil and I'm so dynamic and I'm evil and I'm bad mind when you know I'm not that type of person at all. Because in this friendship, I helped you way more than you helped me. I've done so much stuff for you, more than I've done for anybody around me or in my family, my siblings. I helped you the most, okay? Because I knew your circumstances. I knew you wasn't where you wanted to do, where you wanted to be financially, or do you know what I mean? I knew it and I wanted the best for you because you was my best friend. You was my right hand, okay? So I just wanted to see you do good. And even till this day, I still want you to do good. But just leave me alone and leave my name out your mouth and enjoy your YouTube channel. Live your content lifestyle. Just don't talk about me no more. I won't talk about you. You don't talk about me. And I will not be talking about him ever again. You will not hear a pimp out my mouth when it comes to this boy. I don't wish bad on him. I wish him the best in life. I want nothing to do with him, and please, I'm focusing on myself. I just want to get back to doing fun content for you guys. I just want to get back on my shit. Like, I've been dealing with so much stuff off camera. I've been dealing with a lot of things in my life, my personal life. When it comes to my health, I've been dealing with it. And do you know what? When it comes to my love life, my family, everything, I'm very content. I'm so happy. Do you know what I mean? I just want to enjoy my new house. Like, I just want to enjoy life. I'm just tired of the drama. I'm tired of everything. I'm just trying to focus on myself, have a baby and all these things. I don't have time for the bullshit right now. So you lot can have that. Miss me with the bullshit. I will not be responding back to anything. I will not be entertaining anybody's bullshit. Whatever social media is trying to paint to me to look like, you lot can have it. But to all my real supporters, okay, thank you so much for just knowing me. Thank you so much for just fucking with me. But in real life, there's no smoke without fire. I'm not the type of person to come on YouTube and pretend to be somebody that I'm not. What you see with me is what you get. You treat me good, I treat you better. You make me happy, I make you even happier. Do you know what I mean? But whatever energy you give me, I give it to you back. Do you understand? And there's no smoke with fire. So don't think a fire is gonna start if you don't light that fire. For every action that you do to somebody, there's always a reaction. You can't treat somebody bad and then now that I'm treating you bad, you don't like it. And that's exactly what happened in this friendship. And like I said, I take accountability because yes, I threw away his shoes. And he might have been upset about that, but he never told me he was upset about that. I asked him several times, he didn't want it. I kicked you out of my house, yes, and you knew why. Let's not make it seem as if I woke up that morning and just kicked you out of my house. You knew why I did that. If that makes me a bad friend, I'm fine with that. But I'm not fake. But thank you guys so much for watching my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.